It's winter, and you can now get almost anything you need for the coldest months of the year delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a ski slope delivered, but you can get dish soap delivered. Sunshine, that's a no. But a bottle of wine, that's a yes. A snow angel, sorry, no. But angel hair pasta, Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol and select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Love, exciting and new.
Hello, Hannah Waddingham here. Have you seen the fabulous new Sun Princess? World-class entertainment, exceptional dining, and the greatest pizza ever.
It's a love.
Don't miss our Come Aboard sale with up to 40% off and free room upgrades. Visit princess.com or call your travel advisor to book. Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28/25. Ships at Bermudan and British Registry.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Lowe's knows how to help you get the most out of your store run. That's why members save more with MyLowe's Rewards. Earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases. Get access to member-only deals and free member gifts. Plus, unlock free standard shipping when you reach Silver Key status. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Pepsid Complete knows that food is one of the best parts of game day. That is, until heartburn strikes. Thankfully, just one chewable tablet of Pepsid Complete provides dual-action heartburn relief with an antacid that starts working instantly and an acid reducer that lasts all day. So you can stay focused on that second helping of chili without worrying about heartburn. All day based on 8-hour symptom relief studies during the day. Use product only as directed.
What is up? Loyal, diehard, Detroit Koolaid drinkers. This is another one of those Detroit Koolaid packets. A shorter show, a one-topic show, a little extra content for the people.
And the people consist of the millions.
You guys know what it is. The millions and millions of Detroit Koolaid drinkers, the loyal listeners of this show. This your boy Oakrey. You can find me on the Twitterverse at Derek Oakrey, talking about those Lions, Wings, Pistons, Michigan football, Michigan hoops. And I'm recording about 10-15 minutes before the drop of the puck of this U.S.-Canada Four Nations Championship. Everybody's all hype. I'm hitting up all my hockey buddies back in the day, all my people. I gotta admit, when this thing started, I was like, what a stupid idea to have this intense tournament in the middle of the season. Like, I hope the Red Wings don't get hurt. And I gotta admit, I've only watched one or two of the games, but obviously the first U.S.-Canada game was absolutely incredible, and this one's going to be off the charts as well. So congrats, NHL. You did something that the folks out there are enjoying. The players are all bought in. They're playing competitive and getting after it, and it looks like the Wings will probably make it out healthy and then hopefully get back to winning when it's all said and done. So good there. But I'm not here to talk hockey and not here to talk about how Michigan hoops is going to just take it to Sparty tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on Friday evening. I'm here to talk about those Lions, and I'm here to talk about Myles Garrett. I'm also here to talk about draft capital, because I got an issue. Again, this is going to be a shorter show. I'm going to try to go a little rapid fire, but I have an issue with this whole, we got to get Myles Garrett, and then we're guaranteed a Super Bowl. And oh, by the way, give up picks. They don't matter. I don't care what the cost is. I think by the end of this show, you're going to care about the draft capital, the picks. You're also going to still want Myles Garrett because he's a hell of a football player and could be incredible, opposite of Hutch. But we have to look at this like normal human beings with a little bit of Detroit Koolaid Cast hyperbole and fun here as I go as well. So let's get into Myles Garrett. I mean, this guy's an absolute stud, a physical specimen, just a bright, smart, intelligent individual. He's produced at a ridiculous level since being picked number 1 overall. In 2025, this guy's going to be going into his age 30 season. Looking at his contract, we're looking at a cap hit of under $20 million. And then in 2026, just barely over $20 million. Big dead cap numbers if the Cleveland Browns move on from him, but that's for them to figure out. His current contract also has, I'm looking here, 3 void years on it currently. There's been a lot of boola rumor innuendo about how the Browns are going to, give him a lucrative deal and they don't want to trade him. And we all know that's a bunch of garbage. But, to me, he's just a productive player. I mean, a defensive player of the year guy year in, year out. I'm not going to read all of his stats, but you guys know he's a pretty much guaranteed double-digit sack player. He's big enough to play the run. Can get you, upwards to 20 sacks when he's really rolling. He's had a few issues both on the field with his aggressiveness and physicality and helmet swinging, but I think he's a very good guy. He wants to win. He would fit in here on a whole bunch of different levels. I do not mind that contract. Now, I would mind if you have to give him like a 4-year top of the market extension to get him here, unless there's some Brad Holmes back out void type, portions of that contract. You want to do him up for 2 years and a void and give him some more money. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like I said, I think he's a scheme fit. He's not the guy you think of like Detroit grit. But when you see this guy in the uniform, he's like the first guy you send off the bus because he's just yoked up. He's coming after your quarterback, which if you look what the Lions have done the last couple of years, they look at their team and go, what are we horrible at? Oh, we can't cover a coffee table? Let's go get almost every corner possible. Hey, we learned again that we can't get after the quarterback or create sacks. Let's go get defensive ends. And, hey, we have no linebackers. Let's add some linebackers. Oh, we don't have any skill on offense. Let's get the multidimensional, positionless. Wait for it.
This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. After watching this season of the HBO's original series, The White Lotus, this is the tropical getaway I needed. One more pina colada, please.
Hey, you're not on mute.
Oh. I thought I was in paradise. Turns out, it was my Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate Pina Colada and Thai-iced coffee-flavored creamers. Inspired by the newest season of HBO's original series, The White Lotus. For the love of coffee. Try now.
Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast here to tell you about Michelob Ultra Courtside. It's getting fans closer to the NBA with a chance to win prizes like courtside seats, a trip to All-Star Weekend, and much more. Check it out at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Michelob Ultra Superior Access, Courtside 24-25 sweepstakes, no purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 and up. Begins on October 1st, 2024. Ends July 1st, 2025. Multiple entry periods. Visit MichelobUltra.com/courtside for free entry deadlines, and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
¿Dónde están los $5 millones que me robaste?
Gloria tendrá que encontrar el dinero. Su vida y la de su hijo dependen de ello.
Hay que acorralar a la viuda.
¡Tengo mucho miedo, mamá!
El peor de los caminos será el único posible.
A mí no me importa ir a la cárcel con tal de salvar a mi hijo.
En la nueva superserie de Telemundo.
Esta mujer es clave. Empieza la cacería.
La Jefa. Lunes a viernes a las 10:09 Centro por Telemundo.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Wait for it. Elite! Ooh, heaven. Jameer Gibbs, let's add Demo, let's get Sammy Biscuits for all the Laportas. Let's turn Jared Goff into a great quarterback. You get my point. They address their weaknesses and year after year, and yes, it hasn't created a Super Bowl yet, but it's created a lot of winning. We're excited about that. So I'm all for Myles Garrett coming here. What I'm not all for are the people out there, and there's many, both knuckleheads on the radio, your buddy at the office, your family member, your friend who always thinks they know football, who comes on and just says, I don't care what the price is, multiple firsts, give them a couple thirds, they can have a couple, doesn't matter. It does matter. And the reason it matters is because the reason we are good is because Brad, always open for business homes, has continually been hitting on picks, both late, early, mid, late round, late first round, early first round, trading up to get premier players, because the contracts are absolutely ridiculous. You guys know this is one of my go-tos, but every time I look at it, I'm absolutely amazed at the contract structure for rookies in the National Football League. I realize you got to pay, 50-plus players, and with this salary cap, what's going to be 285-ish plus million probably coming up this season, continues to go up. Get these rookie contracts. If you're picking at 28 in the first round, where you get to hand pick a guy that you love, fits you, has everything you're looking for. If you picked him at 28, whether it be an interior offensive lineman, another wide receiver, defensive end, interior defensive tackle, maybe you want another, corner, you get that guy for 4 years, average of $3.6 million per year, a total guarantee of $7 million, a signing bonus of $7 million, and like an overall value, again, for 4 football seasons with a 5th-year option. Those 4 years in total are going to cost you $14.7. Myles Garrett's going to be a cap hit of 19, 20. You pay him more, it's going to be 25, 30, 35, whatever the going rate is now for a defensive end. I can handpick my player at 28. And guess what? All you people that are saying, just give this year's first, next year's first, couple other things, let's get it done. You want to give that same asset away next year, a hand-picked 4-year player for $4 million a year, or move down to pick 32 after we win the Super Bowl without Myles Garrett and get a guy for $3 million for 4 years? But great, you can't find studs. Yes, you can. You can find studs late in the first round, mid-first round, early first round, early second round, mid-second round, late second round, early third round, mid-third. You get the point. So I'm not a guy that loves just tossing draft capital and assets away. I understand that other teams trade high assets to get proven studs. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
So good, so good, so good.
Get ready, because it's time to save at your Nordstrom Rack store. Now through February 23rd, take an extra 40% off red tag clearance boots, jackets, and sweaters. We're talking the best cold weather styles from Vince, Cole Haan, Sam Edelman, and more. All on sale for even less. All sales final. You never know what you'll find, but you know it's gonna be so good. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
Hey, it's Haley Steinfeld. When everything requires your attention, it can be tough to figure out what to prioritize. But I'm here to talk to you about something that you should always put first, your breast health. In fact, if you're 40 and over, you should be getting screened once a year. And if you're under 40, it's never too soon to visit yourattentionplease.com to learn about your breast cancer risk. So go on, pay the girls some attention and take the time to find out your breast cancer risk at yourattentionplease.com. Trust me, your future self will thank you.
BTW, FYI. Visit Nexplanon.com RN to learn about Nexplanon. It's an adjustable implant, 68 milligrams RadioPay. Or ask your HCP IRL. Okay, TTYL.
This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
$15 for you, and you, and you. Everybody gets $15. Just stop by Take 5 Oil Change now through the end of February, get a Mobile One oil change, and you'll earn a $15 prepaid MasterCard. And you, and you, and you! See terms and conditions.
This is my disclaimer to everybody out there that thinks just because you go get Myles Garrett, you're guaranteed the Lombardi Trophy. If that was the case, yes, you can have both my first, multiple other assets. Just give me that freaking trophy. But that is not the case. He comes with a higher price tag. He is older, by quite a bit older. If you're talking 30 and you want him for 2 or 3 seasons, he's going to be 33. Your rookie's going to be 24 at that point after playing in the league for 2 to 3 years. So that's a big discrepancy in age. Obviously, the salary is much different. You're paying for what he's done. You're paying for his production. You're paying for the talent. You're also throwing out the window the fact that you could get a much cheaper, much younger, possibly as good or better. I know most of you think you can't get better than Myles Garrett. You can't get better than Max Crosby. We see it every year that studs are found throughout the draft on a premium discount that end up changing your whole franchise. So when I look at this, here's what I've heard recently. 2 firsts, 2/3, and maybe a player like Hendon Hooker, like Broderick Martin. You know, you've heard some of the NFL quote-unquote experts say, you know, it's going to be much less than that. And I really don't know what to think these days, because there's some studs that are aging that you see go for pennies. And then there's some guys that you think are going to go for a little bit of a discount that get absolute premium draft capital to move those type of players. And the team that's always trading them is always like willing to, you know, say they're not going to move them unless you give 3 firsts, and then that usually turns into 2 firsts. Before you know it, it's a first maybe, and then as it gets closer to draft day, they get a little jittery, and you know, I guess I'll take 2 seconds. Oh wait, you don't want to give up 2 seconds? Maybe a second and a future third. You know what I mean? That's how the depreciation happens, and then you end up getting a deal done. I really think that this price is going to come down for Myles Garrett. Brad Holmes has been known to both wait it out, to be very prudent with it, what he is willing to give up. But he also knows that we are in a window, whether he wants to admit it or not. Right now, as we're currently constructed, I'd say we have 2 to 3 seasons to cash in 1 or 2 Super Bowls, depending on what else he adds and what other draft studs we pick up. If we get more studs that develop quickly, that window extends. If we miss a few and maybe our cap gets a little out of whack because we're paying our quarterback who sometimes throws wobbly spirals, sometimes plays well, sometimes doesn't. TBD if you ask me. I hope he plays well. You know, once he gets his contract accelerates, Penny, Amon-Ra, you get it. It's going to get a little harder to have the kind of team we have now. So you can extend your window, but I think it's going to get crazy. I'm not a big proponent of 2 firsts, 2/3. I'm not even a big proponent of 2 firsts. Now, if you tell me today that we're on the phone and I can have this player and he doesn't want a new deal, he'll take the 220-ish cap hits and we'll see what happens after that, I'm willing to consider it because I know what this guy can do. I know pairing him up with Hutch is our biggest need. Add another corner with some other assets that we have. Get a healthy squad and go try to do this thing. I would highly consider that if I know they can get that done. They start asking for extras and hopefully the lines think that Broderick Martin's going to do something moving forward. So him, DJ Reader.
Since you're new to H&R Block, we'll look at your returns from the last 3 years for any money your last guy might have missed for free.
I could get money back from last year?
You could. We'll find any mistakes.
Could have really used that 2 years ago when I dated that mistake for 5 months.
Don't leave money on the table. Switch to H&R Block and get a free Second Look review. Second Look is included at no additional cost with the purchase of tax preparation. Results vary. All tax situations are different. Fees apply if you have us file an amended return.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Imagine a world-class graduate education that's accessible, flexible, and designed for career impact. That's Harvard Extension School. Build actionable knowledge and skills in challenging online classes taught by Harvard faculty and industry experts. Explore new opportunities and expand your network with high-achieving professionals from around the world. Part-time learning. Real-world impact. This is Harvard on your terms. Learn more at extension.harvard.edu/Spotify.
To realize the future America needs, we understand what's needed from us. To face each threat head on. We've earned our place in the fight for our nation's future. We are Marines. We were made for this.
This President's Day, upgrade the look of your home without breaking your budget. Save up to 40% site-wide on new window treatments at Blinds.com. Blinds.com makes it easy with free virtual consultations on your schedule and samples delivered to your door fast and free. With over 25 million windows covered and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can count on Blinds.com to deliver results you'll love. Shop Blinds.com's President's Day mega sale last chance now for up to 40% off site-wide. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Aline McNeil, a.k.a. Honey Bun, a.k.a. Twinkle Toes, a.k.a. gets healthy, and he's got a big contract now as well. Maybe you could be nasty in the middle. So, yeah, if you get Myles, Garrett, Hutch, those guys, our linebackers, our corners, and our safeties, we finally have a defense, and we already know our offense can roll. As long as John Martin can do what Benedict Johnson did, which is be ultra aggressive, put up crazy points, find a way to make Jared Goff continue to be good, and spread the ball out and get the best out of J-Mo. That'd be best case scenario. So back to Myles Garrett to finish out this Kool-Aid packet. I love the player. I love his character. I think he's a fit. I don't mind the contract. I don't love the age, but it's not a deal breaker. I love draft capital. I love draft picks. I love $3 million for a top 28 player in all of college football. I love that I get him cost controlled for 4 years. I love the fact that there's not much of a signing, but not a big guarantee. If he ends up being absolutely incredible, I got no problem paying the player. And to get multiple of those, more so than an aging vet, is always very tempting. I see it, though, in my Reality Sports Online 32-team league where I'm GM of the Detroit Lions, that at times there are vet productive players that I'm too tempted to not get for a draft asset or two. So I know the feeling, Mr. Brad Holmes and Dan freaking Campbell. I'm not willing to say yet which way I would go, but I'm trying to give you context on both sides. I'm hopeful that the Lions are ultra aggressive in free agency and the trade market. If it means obtaining a player like Myles Garrett, that would excite me as a fan and the fan base. Don't want to give up too much and cap us out. I like how we're rolling right now with our assets and with the team we have built. Adding more young studs to that mix is very intriguing. So I'm open to whatever Brad Holmes decides. I know that's not a take. I know that's not a strong opinion, but I've already given you a lot to chew on here on this Kool-Aid packet. So I will get back to you here soon with maybe a stronger opinion. Do I want Myles Garrett? Do I want the picks? Do I want the picks? Or can you have a pick or two as long as I can have Myles Garrett or Max Crosby or some other absolute freak that's going to help us get a Lombardi? I'm very intrigued on both sides. I've said my piece. I have taken my right to decide later as we get closer to free agency, maybe after free agency, maybe before the draft, maybe after I see who we draft. We will see what this football team does. But everybody, that's a quick Kool-Aid packet that I got for you because we're about to drop the puck on this amazing hockey game. If you're a Sparty or a Wolverine, enjoy that hoop game tomorrow. We got March Madness right around the corner. My Pistons will be back at it here after that lame all-star break that they always have. Hockey, the Wings will be back on the ice before you know it. It's a great time for Detroit sports, but the Lions are going to give you a hell of a team in 2025. We're coming for the championship. We're coming for everything. So everybody, that's what I got. Drink yourself a big old glass of that Honolulu blue flavored Kool-Aid. Say it 3 times fast. And you know you got to add a double side of cornbread. Everybody, I'm out.
Drink it in, man.
Cornbread!